Is that for real?
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Life starts now.
Well, happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life. It is August 20th.
Oh my gosh, this calendar is ticking away.
Almost the end of the month.
I know. Also, it's Friday
Eve.
We love a good Thursday, Friday Eve.
We do.
And we're going to get this party started.
Such a great show coming up for you today. And, you know, there's a show called Indian Matchmaking on
Obsessed.
Netflix. It is awesome. It is awesome. If you guys have not seen it, you've got to tune in and watch the entire series. But folks, today we're going to chat with the star, the Houston star of Netflix's hit show, Indian Matchmaking. There she is right there. Her name is Aparna, and we're going to ask her about her quest for love. And in case you've never seen her on like her video clips, she's known for being very outspoken, right? She's unapologetic about who she is and what she's looking for, and she's getting a lot of attention on social media right now. So we're really looking forward to a chat with her.
And you know what I think is so great too? She doesn't like comedy. I can't wait to chat with her because I'm totally obsessed with her, and I think she's awesome. I can't wait to see her. Also, you guys, we have some really great tips as we're talking back to school and self-care. This is a lesson for me right now. As children, teachers, and parents, we're all getting back into this routine, and now the schedules, you know, the wheels have fallen off the bus for many months. We're going to have some advice to help everyone navigate this new normal with Dr. Shayna Lewis. Love chatting with her. She gives us great advice that we can all basically tackle at home.
Looking forward to that. Also, because of COVID, obviously, things have been so disrupted. The school year is a big...
Wash?
What school year? Whether you're working from home or still trying to go in to the office for an hour, for most of us, I think the world looks very, very different.
Totally.
And one thing, a tradition that's been happening in Houston for nearly 50 years, next year is the 50th anniversary, is the Bayou City Art Festival. And if you guys have never been, you got to check it out. Typically what happens is in the spring, it's twice a year, spring is Memorial Park, and then fall is downtown next to City Hall. And what's great about the Bayou City Art Festival, it's not just a way for all of us to connect with not just local artists, but we have artists who come from all over the place, really, different mediums, and we have Amanda Bennett is one of our favorites.
I was just going to say that,
really?
yes, because you're the one that introduced me to her.
Yeah, Amanda Bennett, she's from Louisiana, she's from New Orleans. We have her art all over our house, and she's actually doing one of these artist talks that they're doing for the first time ever. It will be a happy hour of sorts, right, with the Bayou City Art Festival, and I am moderating the very first one tonight with Gonzo. You guys know Gonzo, right?
Love. Yes.
Yes, also known as Gonzo 247, and he is one of Houston's most well-known and talented graffiti artists. And we're going to start at 6 p.m. live tonight and do this chat. You can check out Bayou City Art Festival on Facebook and on YouTube. And what's great is we will hear a little bit more about Gonzo's story, right? And we're also going to hear a little bit about the sponsors. KPRC proudly is one of the sponsors, along with Frost Bank and Stella Artois, the beer company. So please join us tonight at 6 o'clock.
That'll be a great conversation. I'm glad that this is happening virtually, as these artists definitely need the exposure.
The artists need the support. It is a community that has been hit so hard by COVID, and you can make a donation if you would like. There are all kinds of ways you can get involved, but please join us tonight at 6, and we'll be sure on our Houston Life Facebook page to post some more info.
Okay, ready to get this party started?
Yeah, I think so. And when it comes to icons in the entertainment industry, you just said it, our next guest really says it all.
Absolutely. He's a 4-time Grammy Award winner, an official Texas state musician. He's even in the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame.
And he's also one of the nicest guys you could ever meet on the planet. Joining us now, Houston's very own Lyle Lovett himself. Mr. Lovett, it is so great to see you. How's everything going?
It's going great. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and I'm honored to be here in the new time slot.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's great to see you. The last time the three of us actually hung out, like we're old friends here, was December 1st, back at the Sunday night showdown for the Texans game. We had such a blast chatting with you.
Valerie, thanks for having me on then. You know, it's such a thrill to get to go to a Texans game, and I got to sing the national anthem that night, and it's always an honor to sing the national anthem, but to be able to do it for for my hometown sports teams is just a special honor, and I just jump at the chance anytime I get to.
Well, and Lyle, you've had such a dynamic career. I swear there's nothing you cannot do. Are people surprised when they find out that you grew up here in Klein?
Oh gosh, well, I'm pretty vocal about where I grew up. My family has been in North Harris County in the Klein community since the early 1850s. It was my great-great-grandfather Adam Klein was the first Klein that settled there, and so the Klein family is my family, and we're really proud of our heritage, proud of our school district. I went to Klein High School. I went to Klein High School with Mayor Turner. Mayor Turner was a senior when I was a sophomore, and he was senior class president. So he was a leader then, and well loved in the school. So Houston is the Houston area is home to me, and I'm so proud to talk about Houston and about Harris County wherever I go.
Well, and we love that too, and we love that you're still here and really making time for us on the show today too. Lyle, what has life been like during this crazy time of COVID? I know you're busy with your family, but besides family, are you able to perform at all?
Well, I'm not able to go out and play. I'm in my garage right now. I'm in the garage, so that's what it's like.
You're in your home studio garage.
We do things in the garage. I've been a part of some online performances, some fundraising efforts, and then some and some just fundraising efforts. Just doing it for fun. I've done a few online shows that I've hosted. I have a couple more coming up. The end of this month, but I'll be part of the Minnesota State Fair, the virtual Minnesota State Fair, and a part of Ed Asner's annual poker tournament fundraiser. But it's wonderful in a way to be able to connect with so many people at once from your garage. But I can't help but think about how different this summer is than last summer, when I traveled from coast to coast and got to see all the members of my large band and played beautiful places like the Red Rocks Amphitheater outside of Denver. And,
gorgeous.
We played the Smart Financial Center last summer in the Houston area, and places, great places across the country. And this summer's a different experience.
Different indeed. It's so great seeing these photos from your acoustic group tour, and who knew that COVID was ahead of us. But you touched on this a moment ago, Lyle. Now, even though you aren't there at home in your garage, which looks like a stage to me, we would never have guessed it's your garage. Now you really can reach a very broad audience, right? Virtually performing anywhere, including places like Astros opening day.
Well, that once again, it was an honor to sing the national anthem, and I was just thrilled that Astros would have me on opening day. But I recorded the national anthem and God Bless America, right here in the garage, and there it was on TV. So it is extraordinary, really, that you can do something like that, and the technology exists. Gosh, when I think back to making my first demo tapes back in the 1970s when I was in school up at Texas A&M, I would never have dreamed something like this was possible. But,
right. I mean, we've all been so resourceful in trying to just work and obviously getting your music out and heard by all your fans. I understand. So your first instrument was the guitar in second grade?
My mom and dad both worked for Exxon. They were career folks for Exxon, and made the commute from Klein to downtown every day. It was about 28 miles each way. And in those days, it took a long time to get into town from North Harris County as well, because the roads were smaller and there weren't as many of them. But they made that trip every day, and they gave me the chance to do things that they didn't have a chance to do when they were growing up. My mom came home from work one day and said, "Well, what do you think about taking guitar lessons?" And I just thought, well, I don't know, but it sounds like fun to me. And so I started doing that. A gentleman out in Tomball named Charles Winchie was my first guitar teacher. And then after that, I started taking guitar lessons downtown Houston on Main Street at the old Halbert and Walker Music Company, and then later at H&H Music Company, all through high school. But it was because of my parents and their hard work and giving me opportunities that I got to do things that I love to do in my life.
And Lyle, you mentioned your time at Texas A&M. You actually majored in German and journalism, which I was surprised to hear. Back then, what had you envisioned for your career path in life?
You know, I started playing out. I started playing as a summer job in the summer of 1976, my first summer home from school. And so playing and singing was what I knew I wanted to do. I just didn't think it was a realistic aspiration, you know, in terms of having a real job. But I always enjoyed writing, and so I was a journalism major, and just really enjoyed it, and worked with so many talented people. You know, the battalion, the daily paper at Texas A&M, provided us so much opportunity. We could work as much as we wanted to, you know, and there were, I had classmates who went on to become real journalists who had the same passion for journalism that I did for music, and they lived at the newspaper. And I learned so much from them. I learned about writing. I learned about taking pictures, all things that, you know, that I still enjoy today. But I worked with some really talented people in the journalism department at Texas A&M. I was doing my best to stay in school as long as I could, so I realized that German, because of my family background, Klein's, I was always interested in being able to figure out what my grandparents were saying about us in front of us in German. So I took German as a self-defense in a way, and I realized I had almost enough hours to finish up a second degree. So I did that really as an effort to stay in school longer, which I just enjoyed being there and getting to play gigs and go to class. It was a wonderful time.
It's really a wonderful story that you're sharing with us. And, you know, we just filled a reporter position here. So, Lyle, maybe when he's on vacation, we can have you come in and, you know, do the reporting skills for us. Just kidding.
Hey,
so,
keep me in mind the way things are going.
Right? You never know. You never know. So you really are. I mean, I like to say that you know, a friend of the show, but you're a triple threat. I mean, you're an absolutely wonderful man, a great singer, songwriter, but also an actor. And I love I forgot about all of the titles and roles that you have done over the years. It's really remarkable. I mean, do you love that? You kind of got the acting bug a little bit?
Oh, for sure. Acting is so much fun, and it's a chance for me to get to work with, gosh, with smart and talented people that I haven't met before, that I may be a fan of. It was because of Robert Altman, really, casting me in his film The Player, that I've had acting opportunities. But that picture you just put up, that's Donnie Wahlberg, and what a lovely gentleman he is. I got to do an episode of Blue Bloods back in January of this year, and they cast me as a Texas Ranger for some reason or other.
I don't know why.
And had just a big time getting to play cowboy in New York City, and Donnie just couldn't have been nicer. All my scenes were with him, and we'd hang out in between shots, and gosh, he took me to dinner one night. I mean, he's just a lovely guy, and we've stayed in touch. It was just one of those work experiences you don't count on introducing you to people who become part of your life, but it was a great one.
Well, we are enjoying your conversation with us today, and I know we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. I know you're going to stay in your garage studio there because Lyle's going to stick around for a little bit more of the show.
Yeah, he's going to share a special performance of one of his favorite songs, and guess what, folks? It is about Houston. Don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with the one and only Lyle Lovett. Thanks again for making time for us today at Houston Life, Lyle. And we want to take a step back in time, and someone who had a major influence on you and your career, Don Sanders?
Yeah, Don Sanders was a dear friend. We lost him 2 years ago, but Don Sanders was part of the Anderson Fair family of singer-songwriters. Anderson Fair Retail Restaurant is a wonderful listening room that still exists in the Montrose. Started in 1969, and it holds about, gosh, 75 or 80 people, completely packed. But when someone is playing and singing in Anderson Fair, you could hear a pin drop. People go there to listen to songwriters and what they have to say, and it took me several years to work up to being able to play there. But I tell you, I felt like I'd really that I was going somewhere when I got to play at Anderson Fair. It was Eric Taylor and Nancy Griffith who introduced me to the owners of Anderson Fair, Tim Leatherwood and the late Roger Ruffcorn, and I was able to get an entry-level slot there and start playing my own songs for the first time at Anderson Fair. And it's over on the corner of Grant and Welsh in the Montrose, and still has performances on the weekends. It's run by an all-volunteer staff. It's not the kind of place. It's not exactly the kind of business model that people embrace to make a lot of money. But it is home for not only local musicians but touring national singer-songwriters who love to play in a place where people will actually listen to them. Don Sanders was always called the mayor of Montrose, and he's featured prominently, as are Eric Taylor and Nancy Griffith, in Bruce Bryant's film For the Sake of the Song, The Story of Anderson Fair, a documentary that Bruce and Jim Barham produced and directed a few years ago about Anderson Fair. And it tells the story, and it tells really not just the story of these performers, but it tells the story of the time and how contiguous events in Houston were with what was going on in the Haight-Ashbury days, for example, in San Francisco, and in the folk days in the 60s in New York, when Bob Dylan was first starting out. Similar things were going on in Houston, and Anderson Fair. There's Bruce Bryant right there. Bruce Bryant worked for Channel 2 for KPRC for 30 years, and he was his last position there was as creative director. And he and Jim Barham and Tony Bruni they extended their hands in friendship to lift up many of us wayward singer-songwriters who really needed help. Bruce produced a show called The Little O Show that comes on after Monty Python.
Oh, yeah.
That aired in the wee hours of Sunday morning on Channel 2. And he featured national acts that would be coming through town in a live setting, but he also featured lots of local folks, and I'm really honored that I got to do the Little O Show at one point. But it was pre-recorded but taped and as if live. And Bruce Bryant, I tell you, has just been a friend to all of us in the songwriter community in Houston all these years.
It's really fantastic, and I know Anderson Fair Retail Restaurant, they said on their website, hopefully back in September, but to just keep a lookout for that. But that documentary too will be fantastic to see. And I know, Lyle, you have a performance for us, and you talk a little bit about the song that we're going to hear here.
Don Sanders wrote the bio song, and Don Sanders, talking about my journalism days, Don Sanders was the first music interview that I got to do for the Battalion. My regular beat was the Bryan City Council, but every now and then the editor would let me write an advance story about someone who was coming to town, and Don Sanders was coming to Texas A&M to play at the Coffee House, and I got to drive down to Houston and interview him, and it was supposed to be about a 30-minute interview, and we sat together at the IHOP on Memorial Drive for 3 hours one Saturday afternoon, and he was so kind to me. And I got to ask him all the questions that I had for him from listening to his music. And he was just a wonderful, wonderful person and a wonderful teacher to me. And his song, the bio song, is just one of my favorite songs about Houston. Well, thank you for letting me do it.
Yeah, well, of course, I think we have that song queued up right now. It's even more meaningful hearing the backstory, but let's roll the tape.
Dry August ground. The kids cross the road. They say we'll go into the bayou where there's water that moves without making a sound. But there's a spirit that covers a bayou, a surface quiet and calm, slow, dark, virgin and silent between the bio and me. A hot, dusty wind moves through motionless porches and empty swing creaks at the touch of the breeze. There's a spirit that covers a bio, a surface quiet and calm, slow, dark, vertigo waters swallow me, feed me, float me to a land. A rowboat afloat like a log in the moonlight. The turtles were breathing. A snake jerked and swam. Alone on the banks, following coon tracks to the edge of a sandbar and the shell of a clam. There's a spirit that covers a bio, a surface quiet and calm, slow, dark, vertigo water swallow me, feed me, float me to a land. Swallow me, feed me, float me to a land.
Oh, Lyle, that was fantastic. And I love hearing the backstory. I appreciate it even that much more.
Thanks for having me on, Courtney.
Yeah, and I think Don Sanders would be very proud. When we saw you last about 6 months ago, we had talked about having you come on Houston Life and perform. Again, no one assumed it would be like this with you in your garage and us here in Studio B. But Lyle, you know you have a standing invitation. Once we're past COVID, we would love to have you here in studio.
Well, congratulations on all your success with the show, and especially in this new time slot. Just wish you continued success, and we'll keep watching.
Thank you so much, Lyle. It's great to catch up with you.
We'll see you soon, and Houston Life will be right back.
Welcome back to the show. I mean, what an amazing day, right, to catch up with Lyle Lovett.
It's always great when you spend time with Mr. Lyle. The time is now 3:28 p.m. Now let's get a check of today's headlines with Keith, Christine, and Frank ahead of Channel 2 News at 4. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Great to see you. Lyle Lovett. Oh, so good. We loved seeing him on your show. We have a lot cooking up at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, indeed. We want to get an update from Frank first because Houston appears to be in the path of a tropical system, Frank.
Yep, it sure does. We have 3 out there. Of course, this is what could well be 14 coming off of Africa, but 13, and for us, 14 are the ones that we are watching. So let's talk about 14. Tropical depression, 35-mile-an-hour winds, 45-mile-an-hour gusts moving west at 18. And here's the path. I'm going to go close in on this, but you can see this comes off the Yucatan on Sunday morning, heading straight toward the Houston-Galveston area by Tuesday morning as a tropical storm with some 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds. So pretty healthy. There's also this next one that we're watching. That will be moving through Cuba and the Bahamas and possibly be, we could possibly have a Gulf storm, hurricane, and a Gulf tropical storm all at the same time on Tuesday morning. So coming up at 4 o'clock, we need to talk about the coastal impacts of this. 2 systems out there are rare, even for the models to come up with exactly what the impacts are going to be. But we'll go over that and the inland impacts. And I have the Euro and the American models. I want to compare those. So we have a lot to talk about in weather. And I just want to put this out there for Courtney and Derek because they're not the only ones that know wild.
I love it.
The great pick,
yeah.
That's awesome.
He seems like such a nice guy. Wow.
He's terrific. He wanted to meet me. We were at a thing together. He said, go get Frank, tell him I want to meet him. I was like, oh, come on, you want to meet me?
I'm sure. Only if Lyle saw the suit you're wearing today.
He's a big Channel 2 fan.
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
Frank, what you're trying to say is, well, I met him first.
Yeah.
right?
Well, 3
Which
years
is
ago.
totally fair.
Are you
It's fine.
one-upping? He's
It's
one-upping.
I don't know when you met him. I was 3 years ago at the Bryan Museum.
You met him first.
And don't you forget it.
We're writing it down. We're writing it down.
Good. All right. Hey, another story we're following this afternoon. Coronavirus cases at Texas A&M University, Aggieland. So far, we have been able to confirm 14 cases involving at least 2 sororities. The newest member of the KPRC Channel 2 news team, Rochelle Turner, she's in College Station right now. She's going to have the latest developments coming up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, an update on that. Also, a story that we know you're going to love. This is a project called Walls of Love, where volunteers provide basic necessity for the homeless. These volunteers, they recently set up shop here in Houston. They basically pin bags with those essential items on fences, allowing the homeless to access those much-needed items. So we're going to be talking to the woman who started this Walls of Love and how she hopes to get more Houstonians involved in this great project, guys.
Yeah, amazing story. Can't wait to see that.
Very nice. Well, we'll see you guys in just about half an
About
hour
half
at Channel
hour.
2 News at 4 o'clock.
Great.
And after the break, back-to-school season is looking truly different, as we all know this year. We're going to hear from a clinician, educator, and parent going through the process firsthand. She's going to share self-care tips to help all of us stay mentally healthy. That's after the break.
Houston Life, congrats on your 3 p.m. move. See you soon. Cheers.
Congratulations, Houston Life, from Believing Dog and all the puppies. We believe in you. Yay, puppies.
Hey, Derek and Courtney. Jen and I have really missed you, and we have to go thrift shopping again soon because, you know, we have to have that tiebreaker.
All right.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
Cecilia, Stephanie, Pippa, thank you so much for those shout outs. Very nice.
So cute, and it's always fun to see puppies, right?
It is. That was a great surprise. Okay, so whether you are a student, parent, or teacher, many folks right now may be feeling the pressure of the back-to-school season.
Oh, Lord, that is right. And clinician, university professor, and mom of 2, Dr. Shayna Lewis, is sharing tips to help all of us engage in self-care to really lower stress levels. Welcome back. Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be back. Good to see you, too.
I love putting this in perspective for our viewers because not only are you an educator, clinician, let's just keep it real. You are a mom of 2, 11 and 13-year-olds. So as we were saying in the break, so no drama in your house at all.
No drama at all. I have a brand new 6th grader and I have an 8th grader on the way out. It is absolutely fun times at my house.
Right.
Yes, back to school is almost here.
And every household, every situation, Dr. Lewis, is different, right? Because some children seem to be very resilient and sort of accept change very easily. For a lot of other students, not so much.
Absolutely. Every child's capacity to handle this level of stress is going to be different. And, you know, some of that is biological. Some kids are born where they can handle things a lot easier. Some kids are just born more anxious and struggle a little bit more. And some have more support, which can make a huge difference in their ability to manage the craziness that we're calling back to school right now.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing is, Dr. Lewis, is to really, this is what I'm focusing on, is creating a schedule, because the wheels have been off the bus, I think, for many of us for a long time. So I think getting back into a schedule and a routine, even though the routine is not as we know what it should be, but kind of staying within those lanes should be helpful.
Absolutely. If we don't have a routine, then we don't know what we're doing. Our kids are lost without a routine. We are lost without a routine, and parents need to start creating those routines right now. If your kids have not gone back to school, you need to start the bedtime routine now, the wake up routine now. All of those things need to happen now. Kids respond better when there is structure and expectations. Absolutely important.
And in terms of putting that structure into place, Dr. Lewis, I mean, again, if the students are already feeling stressed because things are a little bit off, the parents are feeling stressed because they don't know what to do, and then the students are feeling even more stressed because they sense the stress in their parents. What are some easy, concrete tips we can do today to start getting a sense of normalcy?
So you're absolutely right. Children are watching the adults in their world to understand how they are to respond. They are going to do what we do before they do what we say. okay? So we need to be in a space of using self-soothing techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, going outside. I love a good puzzle, coloring books. Adults can color too. We need to make sure that we're in a space that we are managing our own emotional well-being and health, because our kids can't do it by themselves. They're going to watch us and they're going to take on whatever we're exuding ourselves as well too. Very important, Derek.
And I think it's important too for all of us to recognize that it's okay to ask for help. Many of us are not substitute teachers, and so this is new for all of us and our kids, and it's okay to ask for help.
You better ask for help, Courtney. If you don't know what's going on, we better ask for help. So here's the thing, parents, I made this simple. I created an acronym, which is LEARE, and to help our children learn. The A of this is ask for help. Parents need to ask for help. Ask your school system for help. Perhaps maybe in the school system, they have a program that parents can learn how to do the system or use the system your kids are using. Look at the PTA. Look on social media. There are tons of parent groups of other parents just like you navigating this banana-ness we're calling back to school. We need to model for kids asking for help so they can do it when they need to as well.
Well, and we have the data to back this up. A Kaiser poll showed that 45% of adults reported poorer mental health compared to pre-COVID times. And this is not just parents, Dr. Lewis. Teachers are heavily affected by this.
Oh, you better know it. Parents, teachers are all susceptible to the emotional stress of COVID-19 and all the things we've been under. So when we're talking about teachers going back in the classroom, they are coming in with their own duress, their own stress. Remember, some of them have children too. So they're trying to figure out how to navigate their own teaching of how to educate their own kids at home while they're at work. So absolutely, adults are struggling just as much as kids are. So adults need to learn how to do the same things we're talking about for kids to do, grown-ups need to do it too, for sure.
And we're looking at some tips on our screen, and those are basically those self-care tips. And that's what we were, that was the headline when we were teasing this segment, is the tips to really help us during this time to decompress, whether that means go outside and do 20 jumping jacks, just kind of wiggle, kind of the brain break. Everybody needs one of those.
Now, that is critical. Now, I am not an outside kind of gal, but COVID-19 has put me outside more than I've ever been in my life, because I have to go outside to decompress, to get rid of this energy that's, all built up. So you need to build in breaks for your children where they're going outside during the day. That's part of that routine that you need to instill for them during their days. You want to make sure you find specific ways. Yoga is a great way. Again, I said coloring books, puzzles, things like that, meditation, diffusers, essential oils. There's so many things we can learn to do that allow us to self-soothe. But parents, you got to do it first so that you can then teach it to your children.
See, and Dr. Lewis, I feel like this is a point that cannot be stressed enough, that young people will do as you do, not as you say. And so being a good role model, I remember being home at my mom's house in Utah and sort of whispering to my mom in the kitchen while the kids were working on something at the table. Days later, they repeated to us what we had been whispering about. And I thought, oh my gosh, are you always listening? But the fact is, they are always listening. So we need to model really great behavior and structure for them right now.
Oh, we do. So I'm asking parents, the N in my LEARN acronym, the N is navigate this new normal with patience. Your kids are watching every move you make. If you are all stressed out, your children will be all stressed out. If you are able to manage it yourself, they will be able to manage it. They are watching you. So be careful what you say, because they're going to repeat it like you just described. You can find all these tips on backtoschoolingcovid19.com for all the details. But I'm begging parents, take care of yourself. If you're a teacher, take care of yourself so that then you can take care of our kiddos.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we got to leave it there. We are out of time. Dr. Shana D. Lewis, thank you so much for all your time and advice, as always, and good luck with your middle schoolers.
Yeah, stay strong, girl. Give yourself some grace.
And for a more detailed list of Dr. Shana D. Lewis's tips, you can check out our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And the Back to School conversation continues on tomorrow's show with a focus on college, academic, financial, and social tips to help students navigate their first weeks on campus during this time of COVID-19.
And after the break, she was looking for love and found fame. We're going to chat with Aparna, the Houston star of Netflix's Indian Matchmaking. Next.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What would be like a relaxing do for 10 days?
Why did you put the word relaxing in front of it?
Can you relax?
Not for me. I will talk to you never.
I love her facial expressions, like the entire thing. I love it. That's a clip from Indian Matchmaking, one of Netflix's most popular dating shows of 2020. And since there's always a Houston connection, as I always say, a Bel Air lawyer has become the star of this docuseries by staying true to herself.
The only way to live, right? Her name is Aparna Shewakramani, and she joins us now to chat about her experience on the show. And also, Aparna, how are you handling all this newfound fame? During commercial break, you were mentioning some of the trolls. We get them here at Houston Life, too, around every corner.
I know. They're just a part of it. I had to learn that very quickly on day one. I just soak in the positivity. There's so much to take in, especially because the show launched globally. So for me, I made the quick decision, focus on the good, forget all the bad. You don't have time for it anyway. I mean, I'm sleeping less than 3 to 4 hours a night.
What?
I'm working full-time as a lawyer. I have my travel company that I started a year and a half ago that's doing quite well right now. Even though we're not traveling, we're still doing a lot of strategy and stuff. And I'm doing press day and night. Literally, I do most of my Asian press from 9 p.m. to midnight every night, and then I'm starting European press sometimes by 7 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
It's so remarkable to me. And so, okay, let's just start from the beginning before we get into what we see on Netflix, because I feel like I know you already. When somebody, you approach this thing, hey, you want to go and look for love on, in a docuseries. I mean, were you hesitant at all, or were you just saying, yep, sign me up immediately?
Well, I was in the airport on my way home from LA to Houston. It was a Sunday morning. I'd been there all weekend visiting my friends. My flight was delayed. United is always delayed. And I was on Facebook, and I saw a friend had posted, are you single? Are you South Asian? Are you looking to get married? If so, apply here. And so in the line, without thinking about it, I clicked on the application, filled it out, attached any 2 random photos on my phone. I think it asked for 2 or 3 photos, and forgot all about it. A week later, I got a phone call, and they said, hey, you applied. We're interested in talking to you. And I didn't know what I had applied for. I forgot. And so that's how it all began. It was just something I did on a whim. Funny to think about now. But
okay.
That's how
And so you did it on a whim, and how funny that you never expected something you did on a whim to change your life the way it has. But also, one thing that this series does is it really takes head on. It almost challenges some of these stereotypes, these cultural stereotypes about dating and marriage and relationships. So what did you learn throughout this process, if anything?
Well, from the taping itself, I just learned that, dating is the same, whether or not Seema auntie matches you up or someone else. The first date is always awkward, and it's getting to know the person. And now we had the extra element of 14 to 16 people watching us and miking us and listening to us during it. But it's still a first date. You're still getting to know someone. And it's been interesting after the show, the way I guess I never understood how other people saw arranged marriage. But so many people, especially Europeans and Americans, have been like, oh, I thought arranged marriage was a forced marriage, but you had a choice. And I was like, yeah, that's not really the definition of it. And so I think what's interesting also is seeing the after effects of people learning about, my culture and the South Asian diaspora and the voice that we actually do have in the arranged marriage process.
I think it's really interesting, and you don't hide behind anything about what you want and what you're looking for. I'm just going to read some of these because, and these are your beliefs, right? There's no need to be with a husband all the time. I'm correct, right? Yeah. I mean, dislikes men with a sense of humor, beach vacations, and children at weddings. The one clip that hooked me into you that I'm like, I think I could be friends with her, is that when you said, comedy, I don't like comedies.
I don't like bad comedy. And a lot of men who think that they're funny, when you're on a date with them, they expect you to laugh at their jokes, and they're not funny. If I want to go to a comedy show and listen to an expert and enjoy it, I'll buy my ticket. I'll pay for it. I don't need to date that man. I'm more than happy to pay for a ticket to a good comedy show.
Well, and also the looks on these poor guys' faces.
I know.
I shouldn't call them poor guys, but they do look a little bit shocked, Aparna, when you respond the way that you do. Something I love about you is you say in the series, you are not afraid of rejection, right? You are not going to change for any man. Did you always have this sort of outspoken vibe about you, or is that something that, after childhood came for you later in life?
My mom says I was always very decisive. And so she said when I was like 3, I was telling her what I wanted to wear, what I would eat. So I think that's me, but I also think that's part of the show, right? They tape me for hundreds of hours, and this is an hour of it that you guys are seeing. So they were definitely portraying a very stubborn or, straight-laced lawyer. And that's not really me in life, but it fit the archetype that they needed for the show. So I don't know. I'm still best friends with Shaker. We talk every day. I'm seeing him in Chicago next week. I still talk to Dilip and Jay almost every day. Like, those men and I had 10-hour dates sometimes. They weren't really, they aren't the men for me, but they're really good friends. And so what we're seeing on the show and those weird edits, our dates actually went well enough that we're still all best friends. So I don't know. I think that TV is TV, and then there's real life.
Exactly, and it is edited, right? It's edited to get people to watch and all of that. But I think at the end of the day, what's really cool is that you all remain friends. You just did a Zoom, too. You had kind of like a reunion, right?
Yeah, Vyasar, actually, the Austin guy, set it up for us, and he just did it pretty last minute. He was like, why haven't we done this yet? It's been a month since the show came out. Let's just get on Facebook Rooms, I think it's called, or Hangout. I don't know. I'm not cool enough to know the names for it. But I was literally out and about running errands, and I rushed home, and I logged on, and I saw all these faces. And, I do talk to a lot of them individually. Like I said, I talk to Shaker every day. I talk to Ankita in India a lot. I've had one-on-one conversations with most of my castmates. But it was just cool to see us all together like that. It was a Friday night. We were all having drinks or unwinding from our work weeks, because we're all working full time also. And it was just fun to be together and to share stories like that. It's a chance, it's the first chance that we've gotten to really do that.
And Aparna, we're tight on time. We got to let you go soon. But one last question. We were mentioning editing and how things are cut together. How accurate do you believe Netflix captured? How accurately did Netflix capture your vibe and your personality? Fair?
Not at all. Not at all. That's not me. But that's a fun version, and I think it made for good television. People obviously enjoyed it, and that's what's important with TV and entertainment. But that's what it is. It's entertainment.
Well, we appreciate your time and input today and coming on the show. It's great to meet you over Zoom as well.
Yes, it was wonderful being with you guys today. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon, and good luck looking for love. We're rooting for you.
I need
Keep us posted. Invite us to the wedding. We do have a link to connect with Aparna on our website. Definitely check it out.
And we will be right back. All right, before we go today on Houston Life, kombucha. Have you tried it? Do you love it?
I love it.
I know. I'm a fan. Some people are not. But what exactly is it, and what are all those health benefits it has for your body? Well, Houston Life reporter Lauren Kelly learned all about that super beverage today with our friends over at the Kombucha Company in Richmond. And you can watch their Facebook Live right now on our Houston Life Facebook page. Very nice.
Absolutely. And she's going to have a little bit a longer story coming up on the show soon as well. And in honor of Clear the Shelters this month, you can now purchase a 2021 Tex and Friends calendar. It's so cute.
It is so cute. The first 100 people to donate $25 or more to Tex's Poundation, which is his charitable fund, will receive a limited edition calendar starring Tex and some of his rescued friends.
Proceeds benefit the Houston Humane Society, and you can find all the details online at click2houston.com/pets. It is the cutest calendar I've ever seen.
Yeah, and also the story of Penny, our executive producer's dog, also a rescue. One day, Tex was out front, Channel 2, and there was this little, it was raining, and there was this little puppy in the bushes, and that little puppy is now Penny, and Penny is part of the calendar as well.
I know. It's so great that Tex found him. So awesome.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. We will be right back with a look at what is happening on tomorrow's Houston Life. Don't go away.
Coming up on tomorrow's show, speed painter. The world watched him quickly create a beautiful painting at the memorial service for George Floyd back in June. Now this speed painter is bringing his amazing talent to our show. Local artist Anj Hills will be speed painting live during the show.
My goodness.
It was so fantastic.
Yeah, it was great to watch him during that memorial service. We're very much looking forward to having him on the show. Also, tomorrow's Finance Friday, a study shows 90% of U.S. millionaires are invested in real estate. Our financial expert will share 5 reasons why everyone might want to consider doing just that as well. And we had a nice time today on Houston Life. Lyle Lovett and also Aparna from Indian Matchmaking.
I know. I'm obsessed with that show, and I really did enjoy getting to chat with her, but I love how real and raw she is.
Yeah, it's true. She's an inspiration. But before we toss it over to Keith and Christine ahead of Channel 2 News at 4, guys, what do you think about the whole matchmaking thing with the television cameras? I know each one of us is attached, but if we weren't, dating is hard enough. I don't know if I would want to do it in front of the world.
That's a lot of pressure, you know.
It is.
And, you know, are you like being nice and saying yes to date 2 because the cameras are going to be there? I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to do it.
I'm glad too, but hey, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, right, you guys?
To find love, you mean, right?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yes, we need to have some
where that
parameters.
conversation was going. Where did that comment go?
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll do the handoff now, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow at Channel 2 News, but Channel 2 News at 4 starts in just a few moments.
Yeah.